Hello. So this is my beginner's encaustic art set that I bought. That's the paint sticks. And I've been a little hesitant to try it out because I'm not sure how my desk will take it. I have, however, decided that this cutting mat that I use as my surface might have to be um, changed. It's full of acrylics and stuff. And so I'm going to try. I was gonna try and find something to heat insulate this with, but these melt, as far as I can figure out, at a temperature under 100 Celsius. I'm not gonna use the brushes today. I'm gonna put them to one side. I am just gonna stick with the iron, the scraper tool, and a piece of this paper. So this is paper made for encasting, and it has some kind of a surface treatment, so it's super smooth. Um, and this is the iron that comes with it. And I better turn it off first, and then I will connect it to my, so they get some electricity. 1 second. Okay, so it is now attached, and it's cold because I turned it off. And let's just try and turn it on to 1, 2, maybe 3. 3. Okay, that's as high as it goes. Let's try just 2. That's a little warm. So what the instructions says is you can put the paint onto the iron and then onto the paper. So let's try that. There's not a lot of pigment in this paint, I can tell. So you can smooth it out like that. Or you can kind of paint with the tip, sort of thing. I've been watching some videos. Oh, that's very warm. I'll turn it down to 1. And then you can make these kind of type of marks if you have lots of paint on there. It definitely melts the acrylic on my, I guess you can also drip it on if we turn it the right way. It feels a little bit like, I don't know, when I was in school and stuff, we played with candle wax sometimes, dripped wet hot candle wax into water. So let's try another color. Let's try and mix some yellow in here. Make some green. You can also melt it and paint it on, but I'm not quite ready to try that. And you can of course melt what you already did and change it. So the colors are made with beeswax and pigment and a resin that I can't remember the English name of. And you can make your paints yourself, or your colors. I don't know if you can call this paint, if you have the ingredients for it. I I've seen some make it with oil sticks and oil paint for the source of pigment. So for now, it is definitely, we're starting out with something, what's it called? It is called abstract, because I am not gonna try and make details, anything like that on here. Yeah, now I definitely cooled down a lot after I turned it down. That's good. It's a little hotter too. So you can also get like a warm stylus. It looks like a soldering iron, to be honest. That you can make more precise marks with. You can get different tips to the stylus. I think with some practice you can really get something detailed out of these things. Practice I don't really have, but it's fun. It smells not as much of honey and beeswax as I would have imagined. Now, I'm not entirely sure what these sticks are made of because there was no explanation on it on the website. There isn't a whole lot of art companies that offers encaustic. RF is probably the one that offers what looks, at least to me, as the most serious stuff. But I'm not entirely sure. The company that offers these things is called Hobbyrings, and they offer quite a good deal of stuff for encasting. So that was a very thick way of making lines. It's actually kind of 3D. So this iron looked very little and small when I unpacked it, but it feels really big and clumsy now. And it's not the iron's fault, it's definitely the hands holding the iron that doesn't know what they're doing. And so I've just been adding colors on this iron, but if you want things not to mix, you can just wipe it off with paper to clean it off. And you should probably do that before, while it's still warm and the paint is melted. So that one I'm gonna save. I'll try and put some white on here. See how opaque the white is. Maybe one was a little too little. There's one between 1 and 2. Let's try that. So the white seem quite opaque. It is warm, but not that warm. It's kind of like playing with candle wax, if you have tried that. If you haven't, what did you spend your childhood doing? So, and if you don't like what you put on the paper, you can actually also just warm it up and take paper towels and wipe that off. I like holding it upside down like this best. Then I can somewhat see what I'm doing. The colors mix nicely on here. So it's probably not the type of painting where you get the most accurate color coordination and accuracy. If you want to match something. But then again, the stylist should probably also not try and do something super realistic with this. Not with an iron, at least. That's kind of special. Got a green as well. Let's play with that. I love trying new things. So it's a challenge and a chance to grow and to learn, which I love. Once you leave the wax alone, it actually dries fairly quick. And I should have bought myself a heat gun because you're supposed to heat it up and fuse it with the layers underneath, but I'm not gonna do that today. I'm just gonna play around and learn, and let's just say I don't expect any galleries to knock my door to have this on display, so if it peels a little, it peels a little. And I got wax all over the iron now. On the front, on the back, and underneath the lip there. Oh well, that's how it is to be an art supply in my studio. What else do we have? We have red and grey and black. To try. I got extra blacks and greys. So if you want to use this for mixed media art, acrylics is probably a poor choice because that is plastic, and I can feel how when I put the iron on here that the acrylic paint here sticks on the underside. As I would expect it to. It takes some getting used to use a new tool. And, so I'm allowing this to be absolutely weird and off screen and stuff. It's just me struggling. But struggles are good. It's okay. I'm not crying yet. Oh! Don't put your finger on the iron directly. It is warm. There we go. And I'll try and turn this off. Put it like that. I hope this end is not warm. It isn't. And I'll take this away so I don't melt it, which I know I will eventually. We'll have a look at this. I tried to do a tree. Didn't really work all that well. But here's a scraping tool, and there's different. It has different shapes to it, so you can make probably different marks. So, like when you use crayons, oil, pastels, and stuff, you can scrape marks into what you did. If I had put this on with a brush, I could have built up thicker layers than this, because every time I put the iron on directly, of course, melt the whole thing that I already put on. So if I had thicker layers, I maybe didn't have to scrape it all the way back to the paper. Now I'm scraping lots of little, what do you call them? Twirls off here. And I think I'll save those and make a random color of my own. Yeah, here I can scrape where it's thicker. I can scrape back to the brown underneath. So I need another box, so this will be for crumbs. Now, can I? Yeah, I can fill in details, at least directly on the paper and on top of the wax, a different color. Doesn't fill in the gaps that I made all that well. And yeah, if you're familiar with encasting, you might be crying now for my my lack of skills. But this is the best way to learn. It is try something, see what it can do and see what it can't do. Both things are equally important. And I learn best by making my own mistakes. Yes, I have read up on this and I have watched videos and stuff, but it's not until I got it between my hands that I really seriously start to learn. And yeah, interesting. I'm not done with this yet. 1.5 was a good one. I need some yellow in here. That is just yellow. Because a sun in a kindergarten style sun. There's still some green on my thing here, and I just picked up the stuff underneath. But still, it's kind of yellow. Can we pull that out? Hmm. I get a little quiet, and I know I'm just very focused on what I'm trying to do here. I've tried something similar when I was a kid, but that was a school project where we were just at random melting oil pastels onto paper and not really trying to do anything but let the colors run together. It's the first time I ever tried to make it maybe look like something ish. Yeah, it starts to harden as soon as it's off the iron, so you don't have a long time to work with it. It's already. I'm thinking now, can we make this look like flowers or leaves if we drip it on? Hmm. The sticks cost €15 or so a piece, and I can tell that you can quickly use up a lot of those. We'll have a look after I'm done. So maybe not entirely crazy. and zoom in later if I remember. But you definitely can get some 3D effects here that is not at all impossible with heavy body acrylic or oil paints, but with the stuff I usually work with, I don't get 3D quite as easy as this. And this is dry immediately almost. So you can get something done in a hurry. You can put encaustic on wood and other things as well. You just have to make sure that it is something that doesn't get harmed by the heat. Taking these doodles I did here away because I am not impressed with them. Some more blue to this. It's a little too black. The black took over too much. So yeah, this is gonna take me a while to get used to, but it's fun. And um, for I don't think 41 or 42 euros is a high price to get started with something you have never tried before. I think it's quite okay. If I wanted to really paint with it, I think I would need you can get a heating plate where you can melt the paint and then pick it up with a brush and then paint it on. I need one of those, and I need um, a heat gun to fuse things together with. But it's definitely interesting. It's definitely different. I promise to try and show you further up close. I don't know if you can kind of sense, if I put more light on, if you can kind of sense the 3D. I'll put it sideways. The 3D effect on those things here. If I turn around so you get the sheen in the black. It is a little bit shiny. Not much, but a little bit. And no, by no means a fantastic painting, but it's interesting and it's fun. And I'm definitely gonna try it some more. Probably off camera. And I'm sorry for not talking a lot while I did this. It required a little bit of focus not to burn myself. Um, it's not too bad. As I said, it felt mostly like candle wax. Um, and so let's have a look. That was like an A5 page. So let's see how much we used. You can see that green took quite a hit. This one is unused. So I used what 25% of the green just for that painting. And about the same of the yellow. The blue, which I felt I put a lot of in onto, but didn't so much. The red I barely used. And the black, also not too much. this russet color. I think it's called burnt sienna. What did I use? 20% of that. So just for that small painting here, and it's of course where I dripped it on, there's quite a lot, but on the rest there's not much. So these sticks will go by really really quick. I got these ones, the colorless ones. I haven't used today. You can either melt them up and mix it with your own pigment, which was what I was thinking of doing, or you can use it to thin the other colors down. If you thought maybe the white was too opaque, you could add some of this medium in there. If you're accustomed to acrylics, this is like your matte medium or something like that. It's a thinner. So thank you for watching. It was special in many ways. Please like, subscribe, and come back. Wax is not my usual medium. I do acrylics and watercolors and gouache, normally color pencils on occasion. So see you around.